All attendees are in listen-only mode.
We will now call the meeting of the Town of Lake Clark Shores together. The Code Enforcement Board hearing, January 26, 6:30 p.m. Emily, would you please call roll call, please?
Paul Hughes,
Present.
Benjamin Hartman, Ariel Hernandez,
Present.
Gerard Sanchez,
Present.
Robert Gonzalez,
Present.
Deb Moody,
Present.
Debbie Gregorian.
If you would stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. May we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
I second it.
Motion's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item of business is the consent agenda, which includes approval of minutes of the December 8th meeting, any unfinished cases now in compliance, and any new cases now in compliance. Dana, do we have any of those?
Yes, we do. Under the unfinished cases, case number 21-0342, Shannon Logston, that property is in compliance.
Okay.
Page 2 at the very top, case number 21-0377, the Trust of John Gigliotti, that is in compliance. Right below it, we required her to paint the wood white to match so it was less obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Case 21-0070, Patricia Rott, so that wood has been painted. So I would say that's in compliance.
Okay.
Right below it, 21-0375, Malcolm Allison, that property is in compliance. And that leaves us just with the one case left on the last page.
Okay.
And he is here when you go to take the cases, if we could talk
Okay.
about
Alright.
maybe his first, so he doesn't have to stay.
Sure.
May we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Is there anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item of business is disclose any visits among the board members to any of the properties or discussions with property owners relative to any cases that may come before the board tonight. If you'd please do that at the time of the case. Next item is swearing in of witnesses that will speak tonight. If you are going to talk tonight at all, if you'd please stand and be sworn in by the town's attorney.
Over here, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you'll give me the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And moving rapidly through our agenda, we will go to new cases. 22-0003, Menendez and Rivera. Dana, would you like to present that to us, please?
Yes. On November 10th of 2021, at approximately 3:30 p.m., the property located at 1900 Carissa Road was issued a violation for the roof in disrepair, having a tarp on it, section 34-199C. I was contacted by Mr. Rivera via phone, and he did say that he knew he needed a new roof, and he was working on some estimates and needed some time. So based on how we did all the other ones, I just handled his the same. Therefore, on January 13th of 2022 at 10:38 a.m., I posted the hearing notice on the door, and I also spoke with your wife, right? Mrs. Mendez, and she did also indicate still they were working on it. I did get one complaint about the roof, but it was after the first violation had already been issued. And so Mr. Rivera is here to update us.
Mr. Menendez, would you like to come up and tell us where you are with?
Well, right now I'm in the middle of refinancing my house to repair my roof because it's with the with the pandemic, all the prices shot up through the sky. I'm looking at about 22 to 26,000 to repair it. So I am refinancing now. I have a email for refinance, and I sent quotes. They're gonna pay it right out of the refinance instead of giving me the money. It's going directly to there, and it's just a matter of them getting the second quote to them, and we're moving forward now.
How
Yeah.
much, how much time do you expect that to take?
I don't know exactly how fast the banks move. I would say a month to 2 months.
Is it with a bank or with a mortgage broker?
It's with my lender now, with the mortgage that I have.
Okay.
I'm going directly through Cross Country Mortgage, and they're
Oh, they're legit. They're good.
yeah. I don't. They're saying maybe 2 weeks, but I don't want to say a month, and then I'm wrong. And by the time the repairs go through, maybe a month.
Okay, and then who you're contracting, I guess, have you already decided on a company that's gonna do the work?
Well, the mortgage company wants 2 quotes, and they're gonna decide. That's how they're gonna go with the highest quote. That's literally what my coordinator told me. They want 2 quotes. Whatever's higher, that's who they're gonna choose. It's not even
That's new.
I've never heard,
Whichever's higher or whichever's lower.
no, whichever's higher.
It
That's new.
well, it benefits them
Yeah,
because
of course.
you get the interest rate for
Yeah.
more money and
They're clear and the money is secure, and I got a new roof, and now my property value goes up, and
that's
Gotcha.
bizarre.
yeah,
Gotcha.
first time owner, I don't know.
Wow.
okay, because, so you don't even know what company, so,
I mean, I have 2 companies that are doing me quotes now. I already sent one, and one company was supposed to come today, so it's between one or the other.
and how soon would they be able to start when you do make a decision on them to work on your roof? But once, I understand you gotta do the closing. and
Yeah,
you're
if we can close in 2 weeks, as what the bank is saying, I don't see why they're gonna be any longer than another week to come and take real measurements and start delivering material.
It depends on their job load and what's going on.
Yeah.
It could be 6 months out, you don't.
No, but they're definitely not 6 months out. The people I spoke to, because they're family members that work for a big contractor, so yeah, once I'm ready with the money in hand, we're gonna start. And that's, I mean, I don't wanna say no more than 2 months. I don't-
Okay,
Like, it's just hard for me to tell you guys an exact date,
I
cause I'm working with
understand.
the bank.
I understand. Would anyone like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion. Before I do, thank you very much for coming today. Thank you for
course.
letting everybody know what's going on. This is a really important part of keeping our town running. So my motion is going to be to find a violation. However, I want to explain that to you. So what our function is very kind of black and white. It's calling balls and strikes. And before I say the motion, I want to explain to you so you really kind of understand.
Okay.
But essentially, I want to, at least my motion, what my suggestion would be is let's give you until March 23rd. You know, because you're saying 2 weeks, a month. I
Yeah.
know that roofing companies sometimes get back, you know, with the weather and, you know, so I want to be able to build that in there for you. Should you not be able to get it done by March, then a fine may, not must, it may impose. And this is really just kind of a function of us being able to make sure, hey, keeping you accountable, keeping the town looking good. So my motion is based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number 22-0003. I move that this board find respondent in violation of section 34-19 sub 9 sub C of the Town Code of Ordinances. I move that the respondents be ordered to correct the violations on or before March 23rd of 2022, and if respondents fail to comply with this order, a fine in the amount of $50 per day may be imposed.
I would
I'll
second.
it, yeah.
Okay, is there any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Menendez, you have any questions? You understand what just happened?
No, I'm okay. I appreciate the time that you guys are giving me. I believe it's fair.
Okay,
So make sure you come back to the March 23rd meeting. Same place, same
Put it-
time, March 23rd. Put it in your calendar.
Put it
Wait,
in your
you'll get an
calendar right
or-
now.
We'll get an
um,
order that we'll put on your door, but I would put it in your calendar.
And all we're doing is just finding the violation just means that, hey, there's something wrong with the property. And just please come into compliance, and then on March 23rd, we'll talk about it again, and hopefully, God willing, it's done.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming out this evening.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep, you're good. You're free to leave.
Well,
Have a good night. Thank you. You're welcome.
well, we've gone through all the cases.
No,
But
we need,
Mrs. Logsden's here now to
Oh.
discuss hers.
Hello,
Oh,
welcome.
oh, okay.
No, it's okay.
Let's see, that's, 210342 on page 1. Now, Dana, you indicated that,
So, I have not spoken with Mrs. Logsden. I really haven't had communication. But when I went to the property today, I saw a beautiful pool with water and everything in it. It's very nicely done. And then I was just speaking with Emily. So she said that their inspection was completed on January 21st. So that would be the correct date to stop the fine.
The most important question is, when is the pool party?
Come on over.
All right, I'll bring the hot dogs.
so there,
And the grill.
so there is a recurring fine of $100 per day that started August 25th until January 20th. I believe.
21st, I think, Emily. Emily has it calculated.
You said it
yeah,
could-
I had it calculated for today's date. Let me see if I
Oh.
can calculate it.
Yeah, I would do it for
um,
I mean, that would be the fair thing to do.
Yeah, I have the Excel spreadsheet. It's gonna calculate automatically.
Well, your little paper here says,
Okay, so the total fine is 14,900.
okay.
Do we have a picture of what that pool looked like before?
We
I
did
think
have
I-
one.
I took them off,
In the
but I
past.
have it in the folder. Basically, it looked like a pool with the concrete kinda not so much there.
Yeah, I just don't have the benefit of seeing the pool.
I think in the very first meeting, there was a picture of the pool unfinished there.
Mhm.
Do you still have that?
I would have to go into the record and
I'm
look.
sure we do somewhere. Ms.
She's
Loxton,
looking for now.
maybe you could just remind me why this took so long.
Supplies and waiting on him between jobs.
The pool company, is that what?
Yeah, I mean, from the time I was here at the meeting, it just took that long for him to get it all done. Waiting on electricians and getting the stuff in, and it was just back and forth with that.
So this is a photo.
I know from firsthand
Was
experience.
taken by me, already in the folder, has already been shown at the meeting and everything, but just showing it to you because I took it off the thumb drive.
Thank you, Lieutenant Fisher,
You're
and
welcome.
congratulations on your promotion. What I've been handed is what I assume to already have been in the file, and it's a view of the backyard. And actually, I do have to disclose, I did not realize that you were front door neighbors with my parents. So,
Am I?
you are, so they're 7603.
Across the street?
Yes, ma'am, across the street and to the left.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, this is,
I can bring finished pictures if you want me to.
no, I'm sure it's beautiful.
Emily, are there administrative expenses? that we
No,
have recorded
it would
somewhere?
just be to record the lien if you decide to impose a lien.
So, in terms of order of events, then in August, the issue was identified in August, and by then you already had the contractors in place and everything.
Well, I had initially had
Sorry.
gone through a bunch of contractors. The
Okay.
original one put me off for 4 months. He was gonna start. He put me off, and then, I said, forget it, and went with a completely different guy.
Yeah, and I can speak from firsthand, and also having a good friend that's a pool builder. So 4 months is actually pretty standard, even in good times. And you know, I would move that that the board find her in compliance and waive the fine.
Are we finished
have-
with, are we finished with
No,
discussion?
no,
No, I'm just.
I have
throwing-
some more
suggesting
discussion.
That's my position where I stand now, if anybody.
I have a little bit more discussion, and maybe for the benefit for the board. This is a property that, you know, has been vacant for quite some time, I believe. The pool has been unfinished prior to August, and your husband passed years ago. He was a very well-known plumber. He actually did some work on my parents' house. So I'm sorry, I never got to say I'm sorry for your loss personally. And I know that that's been really difficult for you guys, and they were really right in the middle of a renovation when he passed. So I feel that here in my heart, and I just wanted the board to know that
Thank you.
and to share that with you folks.
Thank you.
Any further
So-
discussion?
Yeah, I mean, I'll make a motion if there's no.
If there's no further discussion.
I actually had a couple questions. Did you have a contract with the contractor, the pool contractor?
Not the first one, it was just an agreement, but the one that I did now, Joe Brooks, yes.
Okay.
The surfacing, yes.
And
He sent everything in.
did they have any provisions for late work or a schedule or something? And I'm just trying to wrap my head around, you know, the time frame. If he promised you a time, maybe.
No, it was just coming back and forth. He's had like 4 or 5 pools going at once. I mean, and I had, you know, he was balancing it between the labor and, you know, stuff like that. And then the diamond braid was stalled and.
Very high demand.
I even said change the color. I don't care, you know, but it was everything. So.
She did the pool and the deck.
The decking.
Got it.
Yeah,
Which
I
I
had to do
didn't-
the
wasn't
decking
really a
too, and
violation,
had to
it was
wait
just
on
the pool.
that, and the first guy really messed me up, but then I found another guy, I had to go through a whole bunch of people again, and I found another guy who was trustworthy and knowledgeable, and everybody knew him, and I went with him.
Understandable.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Ariel, did you want to go ahead and make your motion?
Yeah, I say, in the, in case number 21-0342, Shannon K. Logston, I find that based on the testimony and evidence presented in the case, I move that this board find the respondent in compliance with sections 34-20 and 34-19 subsection 9A, swimming pool in disrepair of the town code and ordinance, and that the case be dismissed without prejudice.
I believe that we already, that was on the consent agenda.
Oh, sorry. So wait, I'm sorry. Based on the testimony and evidence presented in the case number 21-0342.
Number 6.
Yep. I move that this board waive the fines of $14,900 in the and administrative costs of 0.
I'll second it.
And not impose the lien.
And not impose a lien. Well, it's not in the verbiage, but yeah, and not impose a lien.
And you're seconding?
I'm seconding it. Yeah. You saw the pool, right, David?
Yep,
It's beautiful.
very good.
You'd swim there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Cold.
Good.
I love the travertine.
Turned out really pretty. He did a
Very-
great job.
You did really good on your price.
Is there any
Very
further
good.
I know.
discussion?
I'm impressed.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Is there anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, ma'am.
very much. I appreciate it, being patient.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you for
Nice to
taking
meet you.
care of it.
Thank you.
And
Thank
now,
you. I hope you could swim in it when it's not cold. You're welcome. Thank you.
good night. We'll move to board comments. I spoke with Mr. Hartman, our vice chairman of our board earlier this evening, and he informed me that he is no longer a resident of Lake Clark Shores and
Nope.
has a property now in North Palm Beach. So he resigned from his position, and Emily tells me that we have a person coming before the town council at the next town council meeting.
Nice.
You should see his pool.
Whose pool?
I saw his pictures of his, Mr. Hartman,
Oh, his new pool or old pool?
at his house, like, well, they redid some stuff,
Here
beautiful.
in town?
No, his new one.
Oh.
I was like, wow, beautiful.
I'd like to announce that I may have to, hopefully, I may have to resign from my position on code enforcement pending the March 8th election for town council. I'm running for Group 4. Just urge everybody, whether online or here in person, to please vote. Our small town needs all the votes it can get, so come on and be part of the process.
Well,
Good luck.
best wishes in your
Thank you.
endeavors. Any further business? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
So moved.
Motion
Second.
moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here, taking care of business.